How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? It is hump day, and you know on this channel every Wednesday we do Bulls hot takes, where I feature your hot takes and my reaction to them, so feel free to leave your takes in the comments below and I might include it in next week's video. And guys, I will continue to do these weekly hot takes videos throughout the off season as well, so keep the takes coming. Also, a huge shout out to Viget for sponsoring this video, and more on that in a little bit. So what's going on, everyone? You are listening to Bulls Central here. Hope you're all doing well. So let's get us kicked off with our first hot take, which comes to us from Thomas the Baller. Coby White, Zach Lavine, and Nikola Vucevic will help carry this team to the 4th seed next year. Well, obviously, I think, that's easy to say that right now, given the fact that these guys are all playing very well. I know that Vucevic and Coby White didn't have the best games against the Nets last night, but when they're fully healthy and they're starting to mesh well together, things are looking great. I mean, don't get me wrong, I certainly think it's possible. I mean, some of them have started calling this, trio the new big three for the Bulls, which I would love to see, but would also need to see them play like this, like they have been, a little more consistently going into next season to see if it's really viable to really make a run at the top 4 seed in the East. 4th, I guess, is possible because you look at a team like the Knicks or the Hawks who are right there. Yeah, I can see this Bulls team being better than them, but better than the Nets, Bucks, or Sixers. Unless one of these teams blows up their roster or bombs in the playoffs, I wouldn't say it's likely the Bulls pass any of them. So you're looking at a 4 seed max, best case scenario, and even then, that's a bit wishful thinking. However, you never know what ends up happening in the NBA. Things can change so drastically from season to season, and of course, there are injuries that come up, and a serious injury to a star player can derail a whole team's season. The other thing that I'm not so sure about is whether Coby's role is actually going to be reduced next season, depending on what free agent moves are actually made. And I have a hot take on that topic here in a little bit. I'm likely going to have to make a separate video on this as well, because a lot of fans are now talking about how, do we actually need a new point guard to replace Coby now that he's been playing considerably better? But I'll address that in a little bit. Next up, we have Jake from State Farm. Patrick Williams will just be a 3-and-D role player for his career, not a star. So I definitely agree with this take. Disagree with this take, but I can see why some would think that, Patrick Williams is likely not going to be a star. I don't think it's an absurd take by any means. I mean, for some Bulls fans, people are a bit impatient when it comes to developing young players. And of course, based on what we have seen from Patrick Williams this season, although he has shown great flashes and has shown a lot of potential, he hasn't really made a ton of noise. And yeah, he's kind of just, been that strong wing defender. So if you think that he's never really going to progress beyond that, and basically just stay where we currently are seeing him in his rookie season, then sure. But no, I think this kid will be a star, and he has all the fundamentals and tools to get there. It's more so about, is he going to get the opportunities to get there? I've said this before, I don't think Billy Donovan is really utilizing him properly on offense. Just have him standing around in the corner waiting for a 3-point shot when that's really not his game. He's actually very effective at getting to the hoop and a decent ball handler. So my hope is that he'll start playing more of the 4 as well to get him more inside touches and will boost his overall confidence on offense. I will say I do think Patrick Williams will likely take some time to develop into a star. I don't think he's just going to have a breakout season next year and become an all-star. I honestly could see him taking a good 4 to 5 years before breaking out into a bona fide star. So I think all of us Bulls fans just need to be a little patient in giving the guy some time to develop, which I know is tough to accept because you look at Vucevic and Lavine, and obviously you need guys who are ready to compete at a high level right now. But the fact of the matter is, it's going to take Patrick Williams some time to develop fully into that potential that we see from him. Real quick before I continue though, guys, a huge shout out to Viget for sponsoring this video. If you guys have been following the channel for a bit now, you know that I partnered with this app called Viget. This is a sports social networking app that allows you to bet on sports just like you would at Vegas Sportsbook, with real odds, spreads, everything. But it's entirely free, using fake money but winning real prizes based on the fake money that you win, such as Amazon gift cards, flat screen TVs. But they are doing a special promotion for the NBA playoffs in which they are going to be giving away $5,000 in prizes in their playoff betting league, which is completely free to play and the app itself is free to download. And if you can join by May 15th, you get an extra 1,000 coins. And if you use my referral code BullCentral, you'll get an additional 1,000 coins, which already gets you on your way to some of their prizes. The link to the app and my referral code are in the description. And guys, they're not just giving $5,000 to one single winner where it basically becomes impossible to win. No, they're actually paying the top 100 people in the league once the playoffs finish in the prize breakdown that you see here. So definitely join. I myself will be joining as well, so you can follow me along on my bets with the username BullCentral, and good luck. Hopefully you guys could walk away with some cash. And as you guys know, I don't do the whole Patreon and membership fees thing, so I don't believe in asking subscribers or viewers for money. I know some of you have reached out and asked me about that, so if you want to help me out on where it doesn't cost you anything, and then feel free to download the app using my code, as it is entirely free for you. Okay, so now back to the content, and let's do our next take. And this is what I was talking about earlier. This is from Dre Williams. Coby is our point guard of the future. Like I said, I'm going to create a separate video on this topic specifically because I do think there is going to be a lot of speculation from Bulls fans on whether we will in fact need a true playmaking point guard now that Coby has been playing better and playing the way that we would want to see a point guard play. I mean, it was just a month ago or so where it was a foregone conclusion that the Bulls would absolutely need to upgrade at the point guard position. But now that may no longer be the case. Well, I'll touch on it briefly here and then address it more in depth in a separate video. But in short, as much as I have been really pleased with Coby's play recently, he's been so much smarter with the ball, slowing things down and making great plays, not turning the ball over as frequently, and even more so scoring at a more efficient rate in the past couple of games. I know not last night, but before that he was. But I do believe bringing in a true playmaking point guard with extensive experience who can help mentor Coby as our point guard for the future makes the most sense. So not someone like Lonzo Ball, since he's younger, that wouldn't be someone that you would bring in to mentor Coby, but there are a lot of veteran point guards who are going to be free agents this offseason, at least if they decline their player options. Guys like Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, Mike Conley, even Spencer Dinwiddie, although he's a bit younger. So I do still think there is value in upgrading at the point guard position. Not to say that, that means giving up on Coby White, because I think it's way too early to do that, but rather to upgrade at that position to accelerate that timeline for Vucevic and Lavine to win now, but also use it as a tool to develop Coby White even further as our point guard for the future in the more distant future. And going with that same topic, we have young Dame. The Bulls signed Kyle Lowry to a one-year deal and a plus team option. So I actually love this idea of bringing in one of these veteran point guards on a one-on-one deal to give the Bulls some flexibility in seeing how they do in their later years, but also giving the younger guys some experience and a proven star that is a great floor general. Now, I initially was always kind of writing off Kyle Lowry as one of the Bulls' options when it comes to free agency, because although he's one of the few that is actually an unrestricted free agent, meaning he doesn't have a team or player option on the last year of his deal, my thought was that, well, he's likely going to command too much money, and at his age of 35, going to be 36 next season, and the fact that he, has declined a bit, in this season, and that is likely going to be the case going into next season, that it just really didn't make sense for the Bulls to pursue him. But I was really thinking of that as more of a long-term deal in mind, not a one-on-one. So, a one-year contract with a team option for the following year that allows the Bulls to keep him an additional season if he performs well is great. If it means that the Bulls get some playmaking, a quality facilitator, and a former star who can run the offense, then yeah, I think it's worth it. Now, granted, I would much rather have someone like Chris Paul or Mike Conley, but Kyle Lowry is likely a more realistic option at this point, given those guys, meaning Chris Paul and Mike Conley, are on player options and likely aren't going to be looking to leave their current teams, whereas Kyle Lowry is all but out of Toronto, given they're going in a full rebuild mode at this point. Let's do one more, and guys, I may have to do another one of these just because there were so many good hot takes this time around. I know I say that every week, but really, it is true. And I also had an ad read in the middle of this one, so that ate up some of the time. But let's do one more for now, and I'll try and get out a second video later today if I can. This one is from Vaughn, the Chosen One. John Wall to the Bulls. No, No, I know a lot of Bulls fans have been saying that, this should be an option that the Bulls should be looking at or considering. But John Wall, just had another serious injury. This is his third major injury for his career. I know he looked decent with the Rockets after literally being out from playing basketball for 2 full seasons. But no, he's going to be 31 to start next season. I would say it's unlikely he returns back to form. On top of that, he doesn't really fit what the Bulls need. He's a good ball handling point guard who can score and a decent passer, but not really that great on defense, at least since he's come back from his most recent injury. I know he was an okay defender before that, but he doesn't shoot the 3-ball that well and turns the ball over quite a bit. I just don't see how he fits with what the Bulls are looking for and really need. Yes, he is a good point guard, but a very injury-prone one who is on the decline and in his 30s. If I'm going to go after a point guard that is older and more experienced, I'm going to go after one who is an all-star, who hasn't suffered from any major injuries recently and has a track record of winning. So anyway, guys, I'll end it there for now. I'll try and come out with a second video for the rest of the hot takes, and that one also won't include an ad read, so you won't have to worry about that. Just a quick reminder, I am going to be doing a season-ending giveaway, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that when it is announced. And of course, don't forget to download and sign up for the NBA Playoffs Betting League using the Viget app for a chance to win some free money. Link is in the description along with my referral code. As always, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one.